Talking with David Thompson, president of People's Bank and Trust in Troy, Missouri. And David, I got to tell you, I'm really glad that we were able to get you on the program tonight, sir.
Well, it's my pleasure.
We talked about your story earlier this week when we read about it in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Can you tell us what? I mean, you thwarted a bank robber this week. How did this happen, David?
Well, how detailed do you want me to get?
Well, I mean, so when did you realize that you actually had a bank robber in your bank?
Well, actually, it was already in progress when my receptionist buzzed me. We have security measures that we take. She was very alert and noticed the situation going on, and so she buzzed me in my office while I was talking to a salesperson. Ironically, the salesperson was selling me ads for the police chief's drug program. So,
wow. All right. And so she said, we got a situation here. And is that when you went out front and saw the guy heading out to his truck?
Well, when she said that, I said thank you, and I excused myself from my visitor in my office. I walked to my door. I could see all the way to the teller line, about 80 feet, give or take. And the guy had already turned around and was starting to walk out, and he's wearing a mask, and he's carrying one of our red money bags that we give to our commercial customers. And so I take a quick glance at my tellers, and they all gave me the nod that, yes, this is really a robbery. And so I let him pass, and I just kept observing him as he walked past because I wanted to know what I was up against. And so I was more or less measuring his strength and whether or not I really felt like he was armed. And so I let him go out the front door, and then I followed. They locked the door behind me, and he was heading for a white pickup truck, and he had nobody with him, so I knew he didn't have an accomplice out there.
Yeah.
And, if it had an accomplice, it might have changed my thought process. But when I knew it was just him, and I was, by that time, 90% sure this guy didn't have a gun on him, I followed him to his truck, grabbed the car door. He turned around to close his door, and I had my gun pointed at him. I said, sir, you're not going anywhere. You need to get out of the truck.
Wow. And what did he do then, David?
Well, he made one of those motions like he was going to go into his jacket for a weapon. And I said, you don't want to go there because it's not going to end good. And I reached out and grabbed his hand, pulled it out of his coat, and then I assisted him out of his truck.
And I understand that another employee of the bank came out and was able to get his firearm as well.
Yes, my loan officer, Gary Leifert, he also has a concealed carry permit. And so when he saw me go into mode, as soon as he saw me apprehend him, he came out, and then we had two guns on him, which I informed the robber. I said, now there's two guns on you, so I don't think you really want to go anywhere.
Now, David, it should be noted that perhaps this man should have realized better because your bank is actually posted as a concealed carry allowed location, right?
Exactly.
So did he just not read the sign going in?
It's really hard to say. From the Forrest Gump movie, he said, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
And so obviously he didn't read or didn't want to take it seriously, or maybe he just thought that we wouldn't be armed. I really don't know. You can't get into the mind of somebody like that.
Yeah.
But, I believe in the Second Amendment. I have friends who are concealed carry. I became concealed carry as soon as Missouri would allow it. And I had personal reasons for that because being in banking for 36 years, I've had 3 calls from the FBI that myself or my family were potential kidnap victims for extortion. And so as soon as I could carry concealed, I wanted to have it.
Wow. Well, listen, David, what have you been hearing from your customers in the wake of this incident?
Well, I have not had any bad comments from my customers there. I've had a few negative comments over emails and stuff like that and some of the local blogs, but those people are allowed their opinions too. I've always believed that people can have opinions even if they're wrong. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, David, I think you've probably changed some minds after what has happened this week. And your concealed carry allowed signs, they're still going up, right? Or they're staying up?
They're going to stay up.
All right. Well,
and
listen.
I have some other banking friends who are now putting them up.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good to hear. David, listen, I really appreciate you talking to us this afternoon, and I hope that the next time we talk, it's not because of another attempted bank robbery at your location.
Well, I sure hope you're right, and let me just encourage everybody listening, if they're not an NRA member, they need to be an NRA member.
Yes, sir. Absolutely right. David Thompson, thank you so much, sir, and look forward to talking again soon.
Okay, thank you.